Good morning students. I am Srinivas from Sanjeev Degree College. Today we will discuss about a computer network basics. Before going to computer networks, you should know what you mean by data communication. The communication is nothing but the sharing of information. Sharing of information. Sharing of information is called communication. The sharing can be local or it can be remote. It can be between two individuals, or a local communication can be between two faces, or it can be a remote communication that takes place over a distance. When you would have heard about the term like telecommunications, which includes telephony, telegraphy and a television. And coming to the concept like a data. A data is nothing but an information that can be presented in any manner. It can be a text, it can be a video, it can be an audio, it can be anything. So you should know what do you mean by a data communication. So we can say a data communication is nothing but exchange of data between two devices, right? So data communication is nothing but we can say like the exchange of information between two devices by using some transmission media, and that transmission media can be a wire, or it can be even a wireless. So a data communication, when you talk about a data communications, the data communication consists of 5 parts. The data communication consists of 5 parts. For that, in order to do this data communication, we need to have one device like this, and you should have one more device like this, and these two devices should be connected through some media, and here the first device you can call it as a sender, and the other device we can call it as receiver, and they should be connected with each other through some transmission medium, and whenever you want to send some message, that is for doing something, we need to pass a message. Okay, the important parts that it is, one is an component is a sender, another one is a receiver, third one is you should have some medium for communication, for communicating, that is for sharing of this information we need to have some message, and the last important thing is to govern or to communicate between these two media, we need to follow some rules, right? We need to have something called a protocol. We need to have a protocol. Let us see what do you mean by a message. The message is the information that has to be communicated, that is the data that has to be communicated, or the message that has to be communicated. And the popular forms of information include, it can be a text, or it can be an image, or it can be a video or audio. It can be anything. It can be a data, and that can be a text, message, and it can be video or audio. Next one is the sender. The sender is a device that sends the data message. It can be an computer, or it can be a workstation, or it can be an telephone, a video camera, or audio, or a video. The next one, similarly, we have one more device called a receiver. The receiver is a device that receives the message. The sender sends a message and the receiver receives the message. And it can be a computer, workstation, or it can be a telephone, handset, video camera, or it can be anything. And we have a transmission media. The transmission media is the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. Some examples of the transmission media are the twisted pair wire cable. It can be a twisted wire cable, or it can be an fiber optic cable, and even a radio waves. And among these, the most important one is a protocol. What do you mean by a protocol? A protocol is a set of rules that govern data communication. It represents an agreement, the agreement between the communicating devices. Without having a protocol, the two devices may be connected but not communicating. That is, see, the protocol will be like this. It will be a protocol. And it consists of some rules. That is, a sender and receiver will be get connected with each other, and at the same time, without having this protocol, the two devices may be connected but not communicating. So, the protocol consists of a set of rules that govern data communications. And in this, we need to know a few other the basics in this. In this, we should know what you mean by a data flow. How the flow of data takes place. The communication between two devices, like this is one device and this is one more device. The communication between the two devices can be an simplex, it can be a half duplex, or it can be a full duplex. What is the difference between a simplex, half duplex, and a full duplex? In a simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional. What do you mean by a unidirectional? That is like it's one way. Only one of the two devices on a link can transmit, the other can only the receive. How it will be is, suppose we have like the two devices. This is one device and this is one more device. That the two devices, and think that something like a mainframe, and this is something like a monitor. The two things, two devices, and the direction of this data will be like this. If you observe in that a simplex mode, only one of the two devices on a link can transmit and the other can receive the the data. The best examples for this is the keyboards and the traditional monitors are the best examples of the simplex devices. The keyboard can introduce input and the monitor can only accept output. So, the simplex mode can use the entire capacity of the channel to send data in one directional. The next one is an half duplex. In a half duplex mode, each station can both transmit and receive, but not at the same time. Here what happens is either it can send the data or it can receive the data. So, which is not possible at the same time, but when one device is sending the data, the other has to receive the data, and when the other is sending this data, then this device has to receive the data, but which cannot happen at the same time. The best example of this is walkie-talkies. That is best examples of the half duplex. Then what do you mean by a full duplex? In full duplex mode, which is also can be called as a duplex, both stations can transmit and receive simultaneously. What it can do is it can send the data or receive the data simultaneously. This can be an one station, and this can be another station. These both are the two stations where we have the direction of the data all the time will be like a bidirectional. The best examples of this is the telephone network. When two people are communicated by a telephone line, both can talk and listen at the same time. So, our mobile phones and the telephones, right, are the best examples of that. And let us see what do you mean by a network. Let us see what do you mean by a network. A network is a set of devices connected by communication links. Nothing but it is called a set of devices connected by communication links. Here a node can be a computer, can be a printer, or it can be any other device that capable of sending and receiving data generated by other nodes on the network. So, a network must be able to meet a certain number of criteria. The most important among them is a performance, reliability, and security. The three